Today, we have a very special guest. He left his secure and high paying job to build businesses. He built a service business and scaled it to 50,000 plus dollars. And now he is also building two SaaS products and making around $5,000 per month. In today's video, we discuss everything from finding idea, validating it, marketing it, and one idea which he thinks you can build today and make money. So please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe this channel for more future videos like this, and let's get started. So yeah, let's start with your introduction. Like you are working in a software engineering job, then you go outside and work there. Why you left that job? Why you started a service business, and then why you are like in SaaS business right now? I want to like know a bit spotlight on your journey.
Okay, so in terms of like building products, so when I was actually in college in my engineering days, I was actually building product. I started getting some ideas of mobile apps, and then web apps was this kind of thing. And then I actually launched couple of products there as well. One of the product was for the college student, and then we started getting some users like 4,000 users, 5,000 users, all this thing. So actually, the indie hacker or maybe entrepreneurship, the mindset, right? So I had some mindset in my college as well, and actually after my final year, I had the thought that okay, should I actually go to a job or should I just join a company or should I do something else? But as you might have known, in India actually you can't just do that, right? Because if you are studying for 4 years, you need to earn some money as well, right? Because and then you need to get some job. So in my college placement, I got this in one of the software company in Bangalore, and so I thought like okay, maybe if I join this company, I'll learn more and then I'll grow, right? Because in college you don't actually learn much. So this one actually I started working on this one. But apart from working full time Bangalore, I was actually continue building mobile apps, continue building side project. But that time I was not on Twitter. I had maybe some 10 followers, something like that. But I was posting maybe sometime on LinkedIn. But I was not open, right? It's like building private, not building public. And so after one company, I joined another company, then another company. My portfolio paid product also started growing, right? So some of them actually started making money via ads revenue because the main thing that I was doing before today is I was actually building B2C. All the products was B2C. And those B2C products were just completely free. And maybe in some of that, I might have added Google AdSense to show that that's it. So actually, until 2021, it was fine. I was already working one of the startups tech leads. Then I thought like, okay, maybe I'm getting bored here in India, right? Because in 2020 in COVID time, just before COVID time, actually my first company actually sent me to Portugal and Spain for some business meeting, all this kind of thing, and I loved it, right? Because when you are going outside India for the first time, it's just amazing experience, right? So that time I decided that okay, maybe I want to travel because if you just stay in India, then you are not actually seeing what's going on, right? Just staying in one area and that's it. So that's when actually I started thinking about okay, someday I'll do, right, someday. But in 2021 or I think 2022, I decided that okay, maybe maybe this is the time, right? If I want to leave India and then start working for somebody or like some other country, I think this is the time. And also again, the same time, what I was doing is actually I was working from home for last 2 years in the 2021 to 22. And what I did is I started actually planning my Europe trip. So actually I was thinking that, okay, I go to Europe for 3 months. So obviously I started planning for my flights, hotel booking is tentative, and how much food, all this kind of thing. And then came around 6 lakhs, 7 lakh. I said, "Oh, shit." Yeah, right. Yeah, because 6, 7 lakh is like, it was my first year salary in 2017. So that's when I think, okay, maybe earning in INR is not a good option if I want to grow to that level. So that's when actually I started looking for some other the same opportunity outside India. And yeah, luckily, just I think in 1 month or 2 months, I got 2 offers, and then I chose Singapore and then just moved to Singapore. So that was the goal. So actually, the entrepreneurship mindset was continue in Singapore as well, because I was also building mobile apps, web products while in Singapore. But now actually the problem was the company that I was working for was this fintech bank, but it was typical corporate, the typical corporate that you see in the movies, right? So those kind of thing, and I was not very fond of it, like working for a couple of years in those type of company. So, and again, the same time, I got to know about the hacker or building public community, because I was just started to get my Twitter account fired up again, and I started seeing a lot of people that okay, they are not working full time, they are launching their own product, they are working from, let's say, Indonesia, Bali, Malaysia, all these locations, and they are just making money, right? Yeah, they're posting. Yeah, I started seeing a couple of people post their lemon squeezy screenshot of that. Okay, I got one sale for $19, $200, all this kind of shit. You can actually make money, right? Because
You can
until
also
yeah,
do
because
this. Why I'm doing so? I can do that.
yeah, 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 exactly, right. Because until now I was just building B2C and everything, giving out for free. I was not even charging. So then I started following the pattern that okay, indie hacking, building public, and then the idea of leaving job, right? Because all this year from my college date to 2023, there was one idea in my mind that okay, I want to leave my job, I want to do full time this one, but I was not actually pulling the trigger. I was just thinking that okay, I will do. But actually, in back in 2023, I thought okay, maybe it's now or never. Because if you don't try, then after 10 years also you will just keep thinking the same, right? That's when I thought, okay, screw it. Maybe just leave my job and we'll see what happens.
Nice.
That was the whole thing, yeah.
So you played a very important role in my journey also. You don't even know
Oh,
that. When I am in my third year, I am also trying indie hacking because I found like Mark Liu and Tony, which is like building a LLM wrapper, front end wrapper. It's called TypeMind, I think.
yeah, yeah.
I found them and they are building products and making money from them. So I read some stories, and because I am also on Twitter from my cybersecurity days, I have like a cybersecurity background. So from that, I am like scrolling Twitter, found out a lot of people, and I start building also. But of course, as a developer, you never know how to market anything, right? So I don't know how to market it. I just like build it and leave it there. And when one day I'm scrolling Twitter, I saw your profile. You are also talking about indie hacking and a lot more stuff. So I click on your profile, hit the follow button, and I see that you are also running a service business. And one of your tweet mentioned that while I am trying to build my own product, till now it's not succeed. I will like keep getting my revenue from here. Right. So in my fourth year, I decided that okay, I will keep building the product, but I want to make sure that I also run a service business side by side so I can get my expenses and I don't have to do a job. Right. So first, that is a main very important role of your profile. And the second thing, because if one day you hit follow me, because I am like just comment you made a tweet right thing saying that I want this year Elon Musk to follow me back, right? You tweeted something like this. So I just like commented down there that my goal is to get a follow back from Manoj, and you actually followed me
Oh,
back there. And from
oh,
that follow, I get my first line because you are following me. The client mentioned that because Manoj is following you, that's why I replied to your message, and then we start
oh,
talking. So you played a very
amazing,
important role in
amazing.
my life. I
Oh,
that's
damn.
why you connected a lot of dots in my life, and that's why you are like a really important guest for me. People,
Yeah, it's glad to, yeah, actually glad to hear this.
yeah,
Yeah, because a lot of time we never know that okay, who is actually being our post, all these things, right?
right, right.
Yeah.
So next, like right now, what you are doing? You are running a business which is making around 250K overall revenue, service business, and you are doing two businesses which is making like more than 2K MRR each, right? Right. So my goal is from here to understand that how a person from like maybe is sitting in a job or doing college and want to build their own businesses using AI, how they can like get an idea. First of all, how you find ideas because it's a in the world where execution is cheap because of AI, finding ideas which can work is really important, right? How you find ideas, how you like confirm that okay they will work, like how you make sure that in our term we can call it validation, how you validate ideas, then we will go to the like building it, stop marketing, and at the end, I want you to give an idea which you think can be built, and you don't have time to build it. That's why you are not building. So let's start with the idea phase. How you find ideas?
Okay, so basically for the getting the idea, most of my product actually the problem that actually I'm facing myself, right? Because now let's say in terms of use article, for example, right? So actually, why I started use article, because couple of years back I was also trying to go into, let's say, the affiliate marketing, or even before that particular pivot, I was actually wanted to build blogs, like not just one blog, but multiple blogs. And I used to search that, okay, how can I actually build some blog website and then start creating posts. But actually, the problem with that is there are a lot of tools, but a lot of tools are around the WordPress. That, okay, you need to get the WordPress, and then you need to start using some plugin. You need to start writing all these things. There are a lot of moving part, right? And what I wanted is, I just wanted very simple to basically have just one product, and then I can just build site, start writing, blogging, all these kind of things, and that's it, right? So yeah, so really that was for the use article. But there are other products which are actually failed, just completely failed. But those products also, most of them are based on my problem, because in terms of, let's say, boarding lead, I shut it down recently. But actually, when I launched, the problem was, because now let's say as an indie hacker or maybe as a solopreneur, if I'm just building one product, then for finding the customer, I need to actually start outreach the customer, right? But actually, the idea of using Apollo instantly was quite hectic for me, because you need to do a lot of stuff. And Apollo is like, you need to, yeah, I think they have hundreds of filter, thousands of export, all import, all this kind of things. So basically, I just wanted a very simple thing that, okay, I can just type that, okay, I want this, and then system should give me this. So that's why actually I built Apollo. So as you can see, most of my product actually not from the random thing, but it's like whichever problem I'm facing, and then I just try to build a product and then try to put it to market. So that's one thing. But yeah, not all of your product will work, right? Because most of my product also failed. But in terms of validation, I think for me nowadays the validation is, let's say, if you are able to get at least 5,500 or maybe even 1,000 revenue, then I think it's validated, right? Because if people are paying for your product, then I think it's the matter of you're pushing more for the distribution. Because I think finding the initial customer is the toughest challenge that you can face. Yeah.
That's a very important concept,
Yeah, yeah.
But if you are like in living in India, यहाँ पे खुद का ideas पे काम करना is very irritating, because let me tell you why. Because in India, paying for a software is not a norm, right? Outside the idea, this advice work really well. क्योंकि वहाँ पे everyone is paying for the softwares. They know the programs. In India, no one pays for anything. Like they are getting everything, like movies from telegrams, software, cracked software everywhere. Then if you are trying to find your own problem and try to launch it because of you think that in India it will work. Most of the time it's failed. I from my experience, on experience, that I try to solve my own problem, but if I try to market in Indian market, it will not gonna work. Either you have to go to global, or either find a problem where you can ex- from existing you can sell to like US people. In India, it's very hard to sell the software. That's you have to
Yeah,
understand.
because most of the people in India wants everything for free. That's the hard truth. Yeah. And I think, and I think for me as well, the like launching in India was not the goal for any of my product, because it's a tried and tested model. Because in 2020, I launched actually one startup. It was called MoneyFit.io. So obviously, yeah, it's now shut down. So that particular was actually doing the exact same thing that now account aggregator does, right? Because now you can actually connect your PAN number, and then who gets OTP, and then account aggregator, you can get all this financial through the one app, right? Actually, in that MoneyFit, I was actually doing the same thing. Basically, user can start tracking their mutual fund, FD, RD, all these kind of finance institutions. But the main problem was it was just targeted for the Indian market. And actually, we got some 5,000, 6,000 users, but all of them were free. And when we started charging just 10 rupees, we only got, I think, three or four. We have a paid user. So yeah, so I think for that one, actually, I try to raise funds as well, or failed all these things. But from that experience, actually, I learned that if you are going to build one product, always build for global audience, not just for one country, and especially not for the country where purchasing power is very low, right? If you are offering your product for $49 per month, then definitely in India, most of you won't buy it, right? Because INR the conversion is too high. So I think that was my mindset, that whichever product I launch, it's for a global audience, and the main thing is the pricing. It should be in USD, on the USD standard, not for the INS standard. Like, okay, I can just start offering for $2 something, right? So okay, so that was the mindset. Yeah.
And I think the second way to find the ideas which are validated is going to the like website like Trust MRR, where already there are a lot of tools which are listed and people are building. If you are like in the same space and you can build a similar thing and market it, that's the like a good way I think to start it out if you don't have the experience, because as a student you don't have much problem to solve other than your college expertise and doing by like just homework, do your homework. Month ज़्यादा पंग plan करोगे, you are not going to plan a lot of things. तो वहाँ
Yeah,
पे
definitely. Yeah.
अच्छी problems are there. You can find out that and build businesses around that. I think that's the second good way to do it. And now we have the plan. Now we have idea which are we are going to build it. It is validated because people are paying. Now what you do the next step, like do you use AI tool a lot, and what your tech stack normally, and how you go with the building thing, like how you build the product, what timeline you make sure that it builds, like do you push hard timeline कि इतने time में बन जाना चाहिए product, how it works for.
So basically, whenever I get some idea, or maybe any random idea, now I started getting brainstorming with Claude. Yeah, because idea now, let's say until last year, I was just started building, let's say, cursor, all these same things. But now it's I started brainstorming with Claude, and I actually tend to have discussion with the AI on validating this idea, whether it's just me that I'm thinking that okay, people might need this particular product, or is there actually really need, right? And what is the like to say addressable market, and how are actually people try to search. So I started using all these tools, web search, web research with Claude, and then actually the goal with this brainstorm session is to convince me not to build. So Claude will do everything to convince me not to build it. But yeah, so basically that's why actually I'm now not launching, let's say, 20 products in 1 month, right? Because now actually I want to launch the product that actually can make money. It's not just that okay, building 12 products in 12 months or 20 products in 20 months, all these kind of things. But now actually the thing is that okay, whichever product you're building, whether it's actually working, right? Because now building is not moat anymore. Anybody can just build anything with just one prompt, right? That's my whole flow on actually selecting the idea whether I want to build it or not. Yeah. But actually now, let's say if the product is actually selected that okay, I want to build it, I really want to build it. Yeah. So now I think the building part is the most easier part. I just so right now I just started using white code, like not the white code like blindly white code, but most of the time I would just tell Cloud Code or Cursor to basically build at least the skeleton, at least the full the body part, and of course for the business part, let's say business logic, and then what should the user feel, or maybe what is the core logic. Then we can just do the prompting with the Claude, like serious prompt. It's not just one prompt and do everything. But I think now the writing code is not the thing that matters. Yeah, because if you see a lot of companies as well, they don't even ask you to write code. They ask you to use the AI tool to write code, right? So that's the productivity. So I think that's my way of building as well. So basically, I don't just go around that, okay, I need to write code myself, because why to do it, right? If Cursor or Cloud Code can do it in 2 days.
So like if someone want to build it, how much it like take, how much it cost to like build a product for you, like, can you give a guess like how much it take to like build with AI, how much it take to deploy, how much the tech stack cost you, like database and a lot of things, can you like break down for your most of the products how it look like?
I think, so I think for building product is not that costly now, because now let's say if you get some idea that you can just take $20 Cloud Code subscription, or just the Cloud subscription, right? And then you can use Cloud Code as well, and just start a prompting with Cloud Code. So I think it's quite efficient. uh, for the building part. Now, when it comes to actually deploying your application to server, so now Vercel is free. So now let's say if your product is the good fit for Vercel, because not all the products are good fit for Vercel, but if they are, then you can just deploy on Vercel with their free plan. Same goes with Squabase. You can just use their free plan and then start using. So I think the only cost to you will be cloud, which is $20 per month. You need to buy one domain, which can be let's say $9 per year, and maybe you need to get one mailbox, right? Your support mailbox or this thing, and then you can get maybe prompt very cheap for Namecheap. I think some $1 per month or some kind of thing they are offering every day. I think for building or maintaining product, when you are actually validating the market or validating the product, it's not that costly anymore.
I think
Yeah.
most of the part is can be done free. If you don't want to like take the cloud code subscription, it's the codex they are giving you.
Yeah, exactly.
Integrate
Yeah.
is also an option for deploying Vercel is great. Like आप अगर
Yep.
जब you are not hitting a lot of requests,
Mhm.
it's absolutely free. And if you are hitting a lot of requests, if you have, it means you are making money.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
to
exactly.
give the money there. Like
Yeah.
most of the
Yeah.
extra is free. There is no like you can use if you want to use databases like Superbase is there, MongoDB Atlas is there, and yeah, everything is mostly free in this era. You just have to buy a domain, which is like around from 1,000 to 5,000. You can easily get a domain, and you can start like building the product. And it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
okay, like to like spend $5 per so sorry 5,000 rupees per business, because of course why not? If you can start a business in 5,000 rupees, I think that's the
And I think it's
time you can live.
very well, right? Yeah. Yeah. And I think nowadays, like barrier to entry, right? In building product, in marketing products, like lower to none. Because earlier now, let's say if you're talking about 5 years back or 10 years back, so building the product or building your own thing was meant like, okay, you are starting startup. And when we say startup word, earlier actually with me, it used to happen that okay, maybe 10 years or 5 years ago, that startup means you need to hire people, you need to raise funds, you need to do this, that, all these things, right? But now the entry is so low that okay, you don't even need to worry about anything. Even with just one feature, you can just launch your mobile app, just launch your web app, and then call it a product and just start making money. So the mindset is completely shifted, right?
Like we can see as like Sam Altman is saying, we can see like 1% billion-dollar companies, and it's
Yeah.
happening right now. That's a crazy. So
Yeah.
now very important and very saucy part, which is how you market your product, because that's a very important phenomenon. Because if you are in India, and if you try to market it on LinkedIn or X, most of the your audience will be also Indian, and again, it's very hard to sell them. So how you market your product that it goes out of the India and global, and how you make sure that people buy your product, what you do in the marketing that makes sure getting a lot of traffic and converting that traffic into dollars.
Yeah. So in terms of marketing, I think earlier what I used to do is I used to actually post on Twitter. Maybe started posting demo. I started posting what feature I am doing. Okay, so that I'm talking about, let's say back in 2023, right? Because now algorithm is completely changed, and you never know whether you are getting 10 views or 10,000 views. So okay, so that can actually, the whole idea was of the marketing was to just post on Twitter and LinkedIn. But now it's not enough, because your tweet might get buried, and you don't even get any impression, and you don't even get any user. So now actually what I try to shift is to Reddit, and actually the blogging part, or maybe SEO part. Because now let's say if you're launching on Product Hunt, all these listing on directly, yeah, of course, the initial time you might get a couple of users if your product's good and if you are actually directly appealing to them. But for the long run, actually, it won't help you, right? Because your Twitter hype, LinkedIn hype, or platform hype will go down. So I think now what I do is I just from the day one, I started building the foundation for SEO, for Reddit, for maybe other kind of thing. And now what I started doing is I also started experimenting the cold outreach. So recently, I think three weeks back, I signed up for instantly. I started exploring like how we can find or maybe search leads from Apollo instantly. How we can actually build, let's say, 4 or 5 mailbox. How we can actually start campaign all this, and I started experimenting. And along with this, I also started experimenting with some other AI UGC tools, because there are a lot of AI UGC tools, and experiment with them as well, on maybe if I can actually get the users from there. So now actually, I think the actually good way to actually market, or maybe market your product, is to find as many channels as you can for the marketing. Yeah, because I think recently I posted on Twitter as well, because I think now the main thing that you can do for your product is to get more eyes on your product, because now actually it doesn't matter if your product is like up to the Google standard, and it's like completely different engineering, all this kind of thing. But if nobody knows about your product, so now the getting traffic, getting distribution is the most important part. Yeah.
Like, if you have to choose the one marketing channel, which will be like, which is really working for you. So if someone want to start, they can start with the one which is really good, and you can like really your product listed there and make money. Which product, like which platform do you think is that?
I think, I think I would recommend everybody to start posting on Twitter. So that's the thing, right? Because I think beauty with Twitter is like, yeah, because now let's say if you're talking about LinkedIn, there are a lot of corporate BS on LinkedIn. On Reddit, there are a lot of negativity on Reddit. But Twitter actually, I think Twitter is like overall, like all rounder. You will get some people, or you will get some people who hate your product, but you will also get some people like you who actually wants your product, right? I think so I think whoever is want to actually build some product or actually market, just focus on maybe Twitter to begin with, because I think Twitter is the best thing in terms of like social media, right? Because it can act as your marketing channel, your support channel, your maybe new feature request channel, everything. I think so I think Twitter is the first priority you should have.
I think most of the early user hang out on Twitter also, because you
Yeah,
see all of the
exactly.
AI companies, all of the early adopter companies first dominate on the Twitter, then expand to all the other channels. Because they
Yeah,
now early adopters are always on the like Twitter. They are completely okay to have some bugs, but they want to use the latest product, latest technology. So that's the really beauty about the product, which on
yeah,
like X is, that's why really popular, that you will get
yeah,
so much updated on Twitter. Everything is there. Like if something is
yeah,
going to
yeah,
happen, it will be on Twitter first of all, then all the social media.
yeah.
Sometimes I see like a
Yeah,
post or after 3 months on LinkedIn, which is already happened on Twitter 3 months before. That's crazy.
yeah. I think LinkedIn is quite outdated in terms of like, let's say, relevancy. But I think, yeah. So I think the good thing with Twitter is, now let's say if you are posting or interacting with the post in your niche, I would say technical tech Twitter, then you will actually find a lot of people in the tech Twitter. And whether you are posting in your post, actually Twitter will show your post on the tech Twitter, right? But actually, recently I thought to actually experimenting this as well for other products, because not every product is for the tech Twitter, right? Because some might be for the niche. So actually, I started thinking is, maybe I need to create some experiment to basically create one new account, and in that account, actually, I will only interact with the posts that are completely similar to my product niche. Now let's say use article, right? So it's for the affiliate marketing. So I need to create one account, and I will only interact with the users who post on affiliate marketing, or post just that. So I think Twitter, what it should do is, it should actually show my post to that niche instead of at Twitter. So I think that was also a good way to achieve market your product. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a really good
Mhm.
way. So,
Yeah.
like if we go from idea to building, marketing, everything. Now that's the plan. You can start with it. Just build ideas and then start tweeting about on the Twitter. And if you are active on Twitter, you find thousands of other ways to market, because everyone is sharing a lot of things. Manoj is sharing a lot of things. I put a handle of Manoj, and a lot of indie hackers are there who are sharing their learnings from SEO to directly listing, from Reddit marketing, from everything like UGC and a lot more shit. But right now, I want to ask you one very serious question, which I think is really helpful for someone who is watching. That is there an idea which you want to build, but you are not able to build because you are like already growing your product and not have much time. Do you have any idea which you think audience can build and can make money through that?
I think, I think I have a lot of ideas. So basically, what I normally do is, whenever I get any idea, I just started putting on my Google Keep notes. Seriously, in my notes, there are a lot of ideas. Yeah, but I think there was one idea that I wanted to build. It's a mobile app, but I did not get any time. Uh, I think it came to me, I think, a couple of months back. So the idea is simple. In India, yeah, actually that is for India, Indian market, but people pay in that particular niche. So okay, so basically the idea is there are a lot of people or students who are actually preparing for competitive exams, say JEE, NEET, and then even for the government. Let's say if we are talking about just the government one, SSC or maybe UPPSC, all this kind of thing. Amazing thing is, a lot of these people spend a lot of money on materials. Like they say, they buy a lot of books. They buy every question set they can get on maybe Facebook Marketplace, and they will have all the apps for the mock test, all this kind of thing, right? Yeah, so really I had this idea to basically because with the AI, with the LLM, you can actually feed all these materials from the internet and create a systematic maybe mock test pattern and maybe notes or this kind of thing, like whatever kind of thing you can actually create. Let's say mock test and then set one, set two, and then maybe some notes that just before the exam you need to revise all this kind of thing, and then just create mobile app. And for the users, just start charging them, let's say very less, $10 or with 10 rupees maybe for one question set, and maybe 50 rupees or maybe 100 rupees. And I am mostly certain that a lot of people will pay if they are able to get your mobile app, right? Because yeah, because let's say if a lot of people are doing SSC patient for the all India level, then yeah, definitely they might be paying already for 2,000, 3,000 INR for some question test. And then let's say if you have an app and then you are charging, let's say 50 rupees or maybe 100 rupees, but your AI is doing all these things like creating question set continuously, and then yeah, they will definitely pay, because I see a lot of these kind of things. But a lot of apps are just segregated, I think, or maybe they are focusing on too many things. But with this idea, actually, what you can do is you can just focus on one niche, just a government exam. That's it. Because in the JEE, in the NEET, there are a lot of huge competitor, but in government exam, there are competitor, but most of them are not tech enabled kind of thing, right? And then with the AI, with the LLM, you can easily build all this mobile app, web app. Yeah, and then I think in this web app or mobile app, you can even have the mock interview with AI. So now let's say, so now let's say at UPSC, a lot of people actually pay for the mock interview. Yeah,
This
so
one is excellent idea. I think a lot of my cousins who are preparing for government exam will pay for it, and damn sure,
they will use it. Yeah.
because they are paying a lot of things, a lot like getting from even from Telegram channel. They are like in $10 you will get this PDF, in $10 you will get this. So yeah, we
Yeah.
are absolutely going to pay for this. If you can build it, go and build it and market it. And I think the best way to market it through like Telegram channels and some studies channel. Go and talk to their moderators so they can share your app. That's the best way. For now, we are leaving Manoj because it's like a lot of talk for Manoj. But we will host him again when he is like on 10 camera, 50 camera, or even 100 camera. We will host it again. We will learn new things from Manoj. And I hope you enjoyed Manoj.
Yeah, actually, thanks for having me. It was amazing discussion. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for
yeah, cool. Okay, thank you.